Hey, it's Logan Christopher from Legendary Strength, and today I want to tell you my top 5 sleep tips. First off is belief. Do you believe you're good at sleeping? Do you believe you suck at sleeping? Do you think I'm a bad sleeper, or it's part of your identity? Do you think you're an insomniac? Belief is important because this is the foundation for how we do things. Once we get to all these steps, right? It all depends on belief. None of this stuff is going to be as effective as it can be if you actually happen to believe that you're a good sleeper. Now, your experience in whether you do actually sleep well or not certainly plays a part into this, but by having that experience and that belief become formed, it can then become a mental block, something that stops you from being able to get better results. So I'm not going to get into how do you change your beliefs about sleep here. Some of my favorite methods include NLP as well as meridian tapping such as EFT. I cover that in other videos as well as on my website legendarystrength.com, so be sure to check that out. Also, some of the courses like mental muscle will go into belief change processes. So that's very important and a starting place, a foundation from which to get this other stuff. Next up, routine. If you want to sleep well, it is good to establish routines around it. First and foremost is going to bed at the same time each night, and then not as important, but close to it, waking up at the same time each morning. If you can get into a firm routine of that, your body begins to know, okay, this is sleep time and this is wake up time, and you get much more solid at that. In addition, we also have the preparatory routines that we have before going to bed. So some of the other stuff that we're going to talk about, if you build that into your routine, once again, it can be more triggers, more anchors to help your body to get to sleep. Number 3 has to do with nighttime light. So sleep is really regulated by the hormone in our body known as melatonin. And melatonin, the production of it is triggered by how much light we are seeing. Blue light, which comes from the sun, daylight, where we get a lot of light, but it also comes from our electronic devices like phones, computers, tablets, as well as most of the lights we have around our house. This blue light is signaling to our body that it is daytime. So if you are on a screen, like so many people are right before they go to bed, your body is not getting the signal that it's nighttime, it's wind down time, and it's time to sleep. There are a few things you can do with this. One, just shutting down the devices for an hour or two before you go to bed. There's also different sunglasses that you can use, not for blocking the sunlight, but for blocking this blue light that you can wear at night. We can also look at using blackout curtains or darkening your room so that there is no light pollution coming in from lights around us in most urban settings. So looking at nighttime light is very important for having that melatonin in our body come out and start to get produced. Because if you wait until you're in your bed and it's darkness there, then your body begins to ramp up melatonin. But if you dim the lights or wear these sunglasses, the blue blocking sunglasses before then, your body is ramping up melatonin, then your melatonin is in good time by the time you go to sleep. So that can be part of your routine. Next up is the flip side of that. Morning light. So, melatonin really regulates sleep. The kind of counter balance to that is serotonin. And serotonin is a neurotransmitter. It's often thought of the feel-good neurotransmitter, helps us be happy. This is how antidepressants, many of them work on this mechanism. Interesting things about serotonin, most of it's produced in your gut by the bacteria in there, so you want to have that supported well in order to feel good. But another important thing is seeing bright light, sunlight, in the morning time. One of the first things you do when you wake up, go outside, look at the sun. Now I'm not saying stare at the sun, that's bad for your eyes unless you're doing the sun gazing practice where it's 1 or 2 lengths above the horizon where you can actually stare safely at the sun. But just getting the bright sunlight into your eyes. Because the sun is so much brighter than our actual lights, the intensity of it, as is measured in lux, is way higher than most of the lights that we're seeing. So part of the problem in our production, our regulation of serotonin and melatonin is because we're getting light from all these sources. We're not seeing sun when we should be seeing sun. Then we have bright lights when it's supposed to be nighttime. It messes everything up. So one of the best things you can do for your sleep at night is actually what you do first thing in the morning, and that is getting some sunlight into your eyes. Number 5, we have supplements. And sorry, my pen is dying on me here. Now, there are all kinds of different supplements. You can take supplemental melatonin. Now, that's a strong hormone and it's a powerful hormone. Melatonin also has strong anti-cancerous properties, so it's a good thing to have. And ideally, your body should be producing enough of it on its own rather than taking it exogenously. But there are plenty of other supplements, and different things are going to work for different people. I myself am a fan of herbs, so there's a whole bunch of different herbs that can help with sleep in different ways. Some of the Western herbs include valerian, hops, passion flower, herbs like that. There's also herbs from Chinese medicine. Albizia can be great, ziziphus. Some of these we have available over at Lost Empire Herbs, so you can find more information about those. If you need additional help with sleep, then looking into the supplements and experimenting with different ones and finding what works for you and your body, that's going to be great help. But notice that this is number 5 on the list. This shouldn't make up for the lack of having anything else really good, but it can certainly be helpful. So it is a big area to explore. Won't get into all the details there. I could do a top 5 on sleep supplements, but that would be another list for another time. This is how I approach sleep, and this is how I think anyone ought to that doesn't think they're a good sleeper in the first place. If you want more information, some acquaintances of mine are releasing an ebook and a course called Anabolic Sleep, which really talks about how important sleep is for growth hormone and other hormones. And there's a link below this video. If you choose to pick that up, I'll throw in a free bonus. All you have to do is forward your receipt to logan@legendarystrength.com, and I'll send you a copy of my ebook, Upgrade Your Sleep, that goes into more detail on these, as well as many other tips that can help you to really optimize your sleep. If you're looking to be healthy, if you're looking to be strong, you must get good sleep. It's that important.